Last but not least, our predictions for the end of the year. I know we're a little off on our timing, but I think it's never
Yep.
too late. It's never too
No,
late to
I
do predictions.
I mean, the only time it'd be too late is when the season's over.
That's
So
right. We
we
do
could do our
predictions for the
predictions.
next year.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we'll do our predictions for tomorrow.
there you go. We'll keep it updated for you guys.
No, yeah, I guess, do you want to kick us off with this one?
Sure. I mean, actually, last time I did it, but just to clarify, every division, the top four teams, you can throw in your a fifth one. That's fine too. Because you never know if wild card spots can go to the fifth
Hmm.
team. So Atlantic, how about you start off?
All right. Well, for the Atlantic, and again, this is based off my thinking. So I kind of have to go back to how I was thinking before the season
Do you
started.
have it in order, or do you have
Yes,
it
I do.
randomly? Okay, okay,
I have it
okay.
in order. I have it in order.
Just asking.
I got Tampa Bay at number one,
Yep.
Toronto number two,
Okay.
Florida number three, and then Boston fourth as a wild card.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's crazy. Because I have Florida, Toronto, Tampa. Flipped your Florida
Hmm.
State teams. I threw in Detroit
Detroit in fourth.
and then
But do you
Boston
do
fifth.
do you think
It's so
Detroit will?
tight. It's so tough between them two. And
No,
I
but do
don't.
you think Detroit is going to be a wild card team?
I think it's between them and Boston. I think Detroit. I think Detroit has the talent
Hold on,
to
wait. If
be
it's
it.
between, hold on, it's between them and okay. So
I think
okay.
Detroit will likely take over as long as
You think Detroit's going to make the playoffs this year?
now there's a report. Tuukka Rask said that he's a cheap goalie that Boston can have. He
Yeah.
returned from a hip injury, but it's still unclear whether or not he can play up to his standards. They need that goaltending help in Boston. They're lacking in it. And I mean, Jeremy Swayman's got a good goals against average. Save percentage is at 900. Linus Olmark 918 save percentage, good. Goals against average, not bad either. I I don't know. I believe Detroit has something special. And you see it from how they've been playing against these top teams and been competitive throughout. It's a little bit of a surprise. It's a division that has this bottom part where it could switch every year. There will be
Yeah.
surprises. I think you could arguably say you don't know who the hell's going to make it. Toronto could miss the playoffs. People were
Hmm.
thinking that. I was one of them that Toronto could miss the playoffs. Jack Campbell being your number one goalie, injury prone, is a risk. It's a
Yeah,
risk.
and
Peter
Mrazek too.
Mrazek, yeah,
Two injury prone goalie. He's been injured twice so far this year.
yeah,
He's out again
twice.
for 4 weeks.
It's nothing. It's nothing that I mean Toronto has seen before. They've always seen goaltenders being injured, but
Mm.
reliability, yeah, that's something that I'm afraid of with Boston. Their goaltending is good, but I don't know. Detroit might have an edge.
I think just honestly, I like your reasoning and it makes sense. I just still think Detroit's they're just still too young. But like they'll be there eventually. They will be there within the next couple years.
It's a bold
And
prediction. I
yeah, it
agree.
definitely is, and I like that.
I
And
think no one
that's
would
what
have
I think this is
predicted. No
about.
one predicted this. No one would predict this either. If it was the start of the season, I wouldn't have
No,
predicted this either.
no, you're right.
I
You're
wouldn't say
absolutely
this
right.
prediction, but I feel just from this 10 games that it makes me feel that this division is a lot tighter than we think, or maybe in 10 more games we'll see. Okay, well, there's some disparity and Boston takes a lead officially.
Of course, yeah.
But that's it for the Atlantic.
Yeah.
Metropolitan. Who's your fifth, anyways, in the Atlantic?
That was Detroit.
Detroit as well would be your fifth, yeah.
They're my fifth, and then I guess might as well finish it off. I had Montreal, Ottawa, Buffalo, 6, 7, 8.
Ooh, I think Montreal is going to be last.
They honestly, yeah,
I think
they could be.
Ottawa and
They could
Buffalo are
easily
going
be.
to fight for that second last spot. Most
Yep,
likely
fair enough.
Ottawa. I feel Ottawa is going to be worse.
That's fair, man.
Means
That
cheap tickets for me. We'll see.
there you go.
Okay, Metropolitan. I think this one we may have some similarities. Carolina,
Yep.
the Islanders,
Yep.
Columbus.
Okay.
I said Rangers, but I'm more leaning on the Columbus, Washington, and Pittsburgh.
What about New Jersey?
I don't think they can make that. This is,
Wait, oh, this is your top five. Okay, you're
yes,
right.
yes,
So wait, it was Carolina Islanders,
yep. Islanders, Columbus,
right?
Washington,
And
and
Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh. Columbus has
Okay.
had such a great start to the season,
They
and
have it. Yep.
they've shown a lot of promise. Of course, Pittsburgh we don't know fully healthy, but with such a strong division, it might not matter what Pittsburgh wants. As
It's
long as
true.
everyone's winning, Columbus will be ahead. As long as both teams keep progressing what they're
Yeah, I
doing.
mean, yeah, for Columbus, it's all about just building off the start that they've gotten themselves so far. Um, yeah, I mean, okay, yeah. So Carolina and the Islanders, I have those the same as well,
Okay.
1 and 2. Like I think we got no arguments there.
No.
I have Washington third,
Okay.
just because I think they're a solid team, and they're going to be out there. Pittsburgh, I have fourth as a wild card team. I also have Boston as a wild card team, so
Wow.
one from each division.
Sure.
And then I have the Rangers fifth, Flyers sixth, and Blue Jackets seventh, and then Devils in eighth.
Okay. Devils in
Yeah.
eighth.
Yeah, again, I
Oh.
don't know, like that division is just so stacked. I think Columbus is a very hardworking team. Philadelphia, they're a solid team. Again, I think Philadelphia and the Rangers, despite them being fifth and sixth, they will be close to the playoffs. Like in the
It's
Eastern
so
Conference,
close. It's so hard.
like yeah, like if I were to put it into like the Eastern Conference standings, I'm putting them as your 9 and 10. So I'm putting them above Detroit,
I
but
understand.
below Boston and Pittsburgh.
Okay. So you think there's gonna be 5 teams in the Metro in the playoffs?
No,
No,
four.
it's still four. Okay.
Four. I got four. It's 4-4 for that.
I understand.
Yeah.
Ovechkin's got 21 points in 12 games. Point
Yep,
per
I
game
mean-
nearly in goals.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's all. That's what it's about for him now. It's just about chasing
He's
Gretzky's
got
goal
10
record.
assists. This guy's also giving the passes.
Because when you're playing well, you do everything, and you do everything well, and just the points just show up for you. You know, it's like he's just playing at that level right now, where like just everything is working for him.
He is the dust storm, and everything's just following through with him.
Exactly.
The
Yeah, he's
goaltending-
causing the chaos.
Goaltending is troubling in Washington. They don't really have a 1A guy. They just have 1Bs.
Yeah. Well, who is it? Samsonov
Vanacek.
and Vanacek, right?
Vanacek is leading with 9 games played and 3 wins. 2.51 goals against average and a 906 save percentage.
How many of
Samsonov
those
is
games has he
worse.
started though?
Samsonov has only played 5 games.
Right. That's how many games they've played, but I'm asking how many games have they started?
That's a good question.
Because
But
that's yeah.
I think at the end of the day, your starter is Vanacek. Was what it's looking like right now.
Yeah, oh yeah, right now it definitely is looking like that.
Their goaltending is not hot, and that's why I think it's not. Yes, you got the goal scoring from Ovechkin, but I think a good enough defensive team could shut him out. I think that's get LA Kings to play against them. I think the Kings would win 3 times out of 4.
Interesting.
I think so.
See, I don't think that because Washington has won a cup, and a lot of players on the LA Kings have not won a cup.
What do you mean? Ante Kopitar, Drew Doughty.
Okay.
Come on.
You're right. You're right. I mean,
They've
Quick,
won more cups
Brown.
than Ovechkin.
You're right. You're right. But those cups were a lot longer ago than the Caps.
What I'm talking about is
The cup.
offense versus defense.
No, I know what you're talking about. I know.
If the LA Kings with Philip Danault, you put Philip Danault onto Ovechkin, I don't know what's gonna happen. I'm pretty sure there's a good chance Ovechkin isn't getting the same looks as he's getting versus the rest of 85% of the league. It's
Fair enough.
There's
That is fair.
especially the division that they're in the Metropolitan
Hmm.
Division. Uh, we're talking about Columbus, who's red hot. Islanders, who aren't even that hot. It's it's hard for me to see New York right now in the second spot with how it's stacked, but because of the presidents of last year and the playoffs, it's only fitting that we have to give them the second spot behind
Hmm.
Carolina. Carolina is a given because of their start. I think just like Edmonton, they're a clear lock to make the playoffs. Uh,
Yeah.
I think yeah, that's it for the Metro.
Yeah, exactly. I think we can wrap it up there. Central.
Yep. Central Steven started off.
All right. So again, these are based on what I thought before the season, but I still stand by it because I'm a man of my word. So I got number one, Colorado.
Oh wow.
Number two, Winnipeg. Number
Wow.
three, Minnesota. And then the two wild cards, because I think this division is going to have two, St. Louis and Dallas.
Okay. All right. I sort of screwed up.
How so?
I think it's St. Louis
Okay.
and Minnesota,
Right.
Colorado,
Okay.
Winnipeg, and then it'd be
Okay.
Dallas.
Okay. So St. Louis, where'd you put them?
St. Louis is number one. St.
Oh, right. Yeah,
Louis,
you had them number one.
Minnesota, Colorado, Winnipeg,
Yes.
and then
Sorry. Yes,
Dallas.
that was it. Right. 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 Right.
I think St. Louis will just push over. St. Louis is a Chicago, or what Chicago should have been. They're doing really well. They're taking advantage of Chicago not being there, so uh, we'd like to see it. Bennington's doing really well.
Mm-hmm.
Minnesota, their goaltending's not good enough. Colorado, I think that they are a good team, but I don't think that their goaltending is as good as last year's. Um, McCarr, Gerard need to step it up ASAP,
Yep.
or else they're going to actually miss the playoffs entirely. Winnipeg, they're run of the mill. I don't think they're anything special. I don't know about Pierre-Luc Dubois. So you still stick with the idea that Winnipeg is going to be second in the division.
Yeah. I mean, they have the best goalie in that division, Connor Hellebuck.
Yep. Well, actually, Eric
And
Connery's doing better.
okay, yeah, fair enough. But I mean,
Goals
is he gonna
against.
be the starter?
No, I mean, of course,
Exactly.
Hellebuck is a starter, but hey, just like Campbell, right? It could happen to anyone. I think Frederick Anderson can lose a spot. Anyone can lose a spot. Carey Price, I
Hmm.
don't think he can lose a spot. But I think if Eric Comrie kept on his game and he did well, Pierre-Luc Dubois, 11 points in 11 games. That's really good to see. I'm very happy for him. Very happy that he's succeeding after last year's just disgusting season. Not his fault, just how the world was working.
Yeah.
Are we done for the Central?
Yeah, I think, I mean, if you want to just go over the bottom six, I had Nashville, Chicago, Arizona. Or the bottom three,
I'm
rather.
sure that sounds fantastic, Steven. I'm sure it just
Fair.
sounds
Hey, fair
perfect.
enough. All right, and then Pacific. Yeah, you can lead us off at this one.
Got Edmonton, Calgary,
Okay.
Vegas, the Kings, and then the Sharks.
Right. So, but wait, this one, oh, so I should have asked what the other one. Between the four and five.
Well,
Or,
I'm just giving the top. I'm just giving the top four
oh,
for every
okay.
division, even if they don't the wild card. That's why I add
Okay.
the fifth
Okay.
one just in case
Right.
there was that chance. I'm not
Okay,
even
yeah,
looking
fair
at
enough.
like I'm looking at their individual divisions at a max of a five because wild cards can go
Yes.
up to a five.
Okay.
So if the
Good point.
circumstances came up to it to five, Pacific would be Edmonton, Calgary, Vegas, Kings, and Sharks. That would be
Okay.
my top.
I have a similar top. Actually, I have two differences in the top five there.
Okay, I'm sure it'll be the bottom here.
So, well, I have Vegas at one,
Wow.
and Edmonton at two.
Well, is that changed or is that from the
No,
beginning
this
of the
is still
season?
what I stand by. This is still what I stand
Okay,
by.
all
I
right.
because again, like I think this early, like before the season starts, I'm not going to then change my projection because 10 games said I should change it.
No, no.
Because 10 games, the next 10 games could be the complete opposite for any of these teams.
Yeah.
So, again, that's why I stand by what I say. Canucks I have in third,
Okay.
Kings in fourth, and then Seattle fifth.
Wow. So yeah, well, how about we talk about how I was saying it? If
Yeah,
they're-
yeah.
Like, oh yeah. Okay. Sorry. You think Seattle's gonna make it? Wow. Or would
Yes.
make it?
But again, like
That was
if we're
before.
talking teams actually making the playoffs, I don't see like LA or Seattle being. I could see them being around the wild card, but I still think it's going to be St. Louis and Dallas that actually take the wild card spots.
If I had to look at it again, I'd say Vancouver over Kings for the fourth spot. Kings would be the fifth, especially like their youth is doing well currently. The goaltending is doing hot. I think it's just a matter of time where they should turn it around. And the Kings aren't too hot, so it shouldn't be that hard to get over them.
Yeah,
It's really a tight division. Other than that, the top two there, Edmonton and Calgary are pretty hot up there. Calgary could just slip or have one injury, and it could all stumble.
yeah. I mean, I could see that very well going for Calgary. That they just slip up or something goes wrong, and then they go into a downward spiral, and that's the end of the Flames season.
We're actually seeing Markstrom play up to his potential, which I love to see. Anytime a goaltender comes back from
Oh yeah,
Dubnyk, like when he came back in Minnesota and played really well, that was awesome to see.
it really was. You're right about that.
Dubai, what am I saying? Peter Budaj, and
Oh yeah, Peter Budaj. Yeah,
and in Boston when he played there was awesome.
yeah.
Or was it? Yeah, Peter Budaj. I mean, no, I'm mixing it up. It's Halak when he played in Boston.
Oh, okay, that's what you're talking about. Yeah,
Yes.
because I was gonna say Budaj in Boston. That doesn't
Never
ring a bell,
happened,
but
no.
sure, I'll trust you.
It was Halak. I'm mixing them up.
Okay, makes sense.
I think once Budaj left Montreal, it was it for him. I don't know if he ever played a game after. Budaj.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think he went back to Europe.
Maybe. Good chance.
Yeah,
But yeah, I think that's it for this episode.
yeah. That's a good start.
It was long. I think it was longer than I anticipated.
Yeah, I'm looking like an hour. We hit the hour and a half point.
Yes, it's gonna be an hour and a half, clearly, and I'm very excited to keep this going.
Yeah, so am I.
We'll have maybe more people for the whole episode, for certain segments. We'd like to bring in more people. If you're one of them, let us know. But for now, we're keeping it between me and Steven. We'll just talk about hockey. So come back every week. It won't be a definitive day of the week, but we will be here. Leave a like and subscribe for more content and ring that bell. Yeah, down just somewhere.
It's somewhere.
Look around, damn it. Okay.
If you're on mobile or desktop, it's here. If you're on console, I guess it's over. It's also here.
I'm just gonna make an outro video with you explaining where to click.
Click here.
Click here if you're on here. If you're in space and you're
Click on
upside
my
down,
nose.
click on my nose. And I'll poop myself.
Oh,
All right, guys. See you guys in the next one. Peace.
see ya.